Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus full moon for the month of April, tarot oracle reading. And Scorpio, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Scorpio, we all have a little bit of Scorpio in us somewhere. If you have your birth chart, which house is Scorpio in, that's where this information will show up for you. Also, this is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. Oh, whoops, all right. Sorry, I have a little cat on my lap. Stella is here. She was asleep in the other room, but she heard I'm doing a reading, so her job is to sit on my lap and purr. So she takes it quite seriously. All right, if you're going to be here, you have to be quiet and lay down. Be a good girl. A cat's purr actually has a healing quality. It raises the vibration energetically, and it has a very healing quality. So I figure we can use all the help we can get these days. Okay, especially if we're going to start a reading off like this. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, yikes. Okay, so the Ten of Swords represents someone who's clearly not doing very well at this moment. This is talking about being stabbed in the back and left for unalive. And so this person has been, this can represent someone who has been stabbed in the back for over a decade. It could be someone who's been stabbed in the back for at least 10 times by one person. It could be stabbed in the back by the energy of, 10 different people or even 10 groups of people. So this is talking about, something happening, of course, and this person being left for unalive. And so there was a lot of energy put into this. These swords represent thoughts, mental intelligence, and discipline of the mind. So this is clearly something that, was collaborated and worked on to get this person to be in this position. And so the thing is about this card is it's talking about the end of a cycle. So it's saying this energy is coming to an end and a new cycle is beginning. This person has his right hand in the form of a blessing, just like the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about traditional structure from the spiritual realm down to the physical realm. And so this is talking about sometimes law and order in the land, like in the court system. And we just had the equinox, and I feel like that this energy here could be expressing that the balance between day and night is now equal. Like on the 21st of March, that was the first day of spring, basically, and the days and the nights were even. And now slowly there'll be more daylight than there is dark. And this also could represent the energy that we had at the end of February and the beginning of March. We had 2 eclipses. Now there's so much information about those, and I did a special reading for everybody on both of the eclipses for each of the signs. So if you want, you can go there and look that up, because those are readings all on their own, and we want to focus on moving forward here now. But this is the energy for the reading, so we're going to find out what happened here, and what can we do now to improve the situation. And we have the Page of Swords. So yes, this is some information coming in about these swords. The Page of Swords, the pages would work for the king and queen in the court, and they would begin very young, around 7 to 14 years of age. They would come from the surrounding families that were like higher upper class, educated families. And they would, do small tasks around the palace and also be running communication back and forth. So this energy, when this card comes in, it's talking about some communication or some information coming in. And this is about mental intelligence, discipline of the mind, and of course thoughts. So thoughts are expressed through words, and those words could be written or they could be verbalized. So we have, in the old days, it would always be in person, but now we have so many forms of communication. We could have, this could be a phone call, a text message, it could be a letter in the mail, an email, you could go on social media and there's a message waiting for you, or you see an event being advertised and you go to the event and you meet someone that's just the perfect person that you needed this information from. Also, the news is a great source. The news at the top, what's happening with the leaders of the countries is also happening to a lesser degree and intensity to the average person below. So it's good to know what's going on in the world, you know, even if for 5 minutes. It's really challenging some days to watch the news now. We have a lot of real wild happenings on the planet at this time. So, you know, take it with a grain, like just enough that you know what's kind of going on, and you might have to do your research when it comes to whether or not it's clear information or not, and that's kind of what this is representing. What's good about this card is, you know, out of all the pages, he's the only one who's not totally focused on his element. The other ones are focused on the element. He already knows what the question is, he knows what the thought is, and now he's looking away from it because he's thinking outside the box. He's looking for a different solution that someone else hasn't come up with, like a creative solution. And he knows that this sword is a double-edged sword. So the only way to get really, truly creative solutions is to use your logic as well as your intuition. And so that's what this is suggesting. And so we do have the Hierophant right after this. So the Hierophant is, as I said, brings justice down from the physical to the 3D. Now the Hierophant, if you're a religious person, could represent, you know, a pope, some form of clergy, let's say a bishop, a cardinal. This could be gurus. If you're, you know, whatever the top of your church, you know, your religion is. And then if you're more of a spiritual person and you go straight to the source, basically, without an intermediary, that could just be representing going inward and really meditating and praying. And then that energy we bring down to earth. And so on the earth plane, this represents like court of law. So actual judges, prosecutors, you know, lawyers, that kind of energy. So there's some sort, and the Hierophant does have his hand in the form of a blessing, just like here. So we'll see what this blessing is coming in. We could use a blessing after that, Scorpio. All right, we do have the Page of Wands, and here you can see what I mean. The page is very focused on this wand, and this wand represents the element of fire, and the element of fire is passion. And so this is made of wood, which is, you know, wood feeds fire. And also, this is from a tree, so this is representing the deep roots of our ancestors as well as the offshoots that can be created with our descendants. Now, this young man is like, so the pages are under the age of 21, and they, you know, when they grow up, if they're still in the court and they're doing really well, they could be considered possibly for knighthood, as long as they can afford their own horse. And this young man has a feather in his cap, like he's very confident and sure of himself, and he loves adventure, and he wants to know about everything. He wants to discover all the mysteries in the world, and learn and have adventure and just be a go-getter, really enthusiastic person. And the thing with him is that as you can see, he really admires his wand, and he admires it so much. Sometimes he's always thinking with his little head. So sometimes when his information comes in, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because as I said, he's thinking with his little head a lot and not totally focused on anything but that. And so we have the King of Cups. So maybe the King of Cups is feeling like a youthful guy right now, because the King of Cups is sitting out in the middle of all this water on his throne. And he has his right foot forward, showing that he's ready to take action at a moment's notice. But he is calm. This rough water around him, in tarot that represents volatile emotions, and it can represent chaos around. But he's in the eye of the storm, so he's calm. He is the most available of all the kings, because he knows that you know, that he has learned how to control his emotions. And so he's sitting on the throne and he has a cup, and this is a cup of love. And so this cup of love, he is ready to give to someone, but he is waiting until the proper time. The person maybe that he wants to give this to is maybe in a chaotic time, and he knows it's not the, you know, he's not likely to get the answer he wants until things calm down, basically. And so this could be your energy. You could be in the Hierophant energy or in this energy or both. And this can also represent, remember, these characters are archetypes. So this could be a male or a female. All of these could be male or female in their masculine energy. These are all masculine. The queens would be males or females in their feminine energy. All right, now we have the Empress. So the Empress is from the Major Arcana, and she has the qualities of all four queens rolled into one person. She's lived a lot, she's been there, she's done that, she has gained a lot of experience, and through it all, she has done her best to stay on her destined path, that, you know, following her North Star. And so she is, the wheat around her feet here represents her ability to manifest. And part of that is that she's a very good planner. So she, you know, she knows, okay, I'm going to plant wheat in this field. She chooses the field. She makes sure that you know, the stones are picked, it's fertilized, everything's ready for it to go, and then she seeds it on at the proper time. And after that, she just relies on nature to grow it for her. So she's not a worrier. She knows, okay, I've done everything I can. Now it's up to nature to do its thing. She is considered to be like a generator of energy. She is, you know, considered to be pregnant with possibility. And so sometimes this card can actually represent that there is a pregnancy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So when the queens come in with the Empress, sometimes it's talking about her story, about how she arrived to get here. And so, and sometimes it could be different individuals. So we'll see. The Queen of Pentacles is talking about the quality of, the Pentacles in Tarot represent your health, wealth, and happiness. And, you know, a big part of that is in the third dimensional world is money. And so it's represented by the coin. And the coin also is represents the element of earth. And, you know, you could have all the money in the world, but if you're, it doesn't mean you're necessarily living the lifestyle that you want. If you don't have your health and you have a lot of money, you could go traveling everywhere, but you can't because you're not well enough. It's that kind of energy. So she has, she's focused on this pentacle, and she's known for being very, very resourceful. So she can make something out of nothing, and she prefers quality over quantity, or quality, sorry, over quantity. So she's not a flashy with her money. This is old money. A lot of people with old money, they're very, very, they don't flash it around. They don't need to. They don't feel the need to. They've grown up with money. So they're not, you know, buying all the designer stuff and have 6 cars and all that. They're very conservative, actually. A lot of the people with old money. And that's what this represents. It's representing generational wealth. Like, that is a legacy that could be passed down to your children and your children's children. So we're talking about a lot of lifestyle here. And then we have the Two of Wands coming in here. And the Two of Wands is representing the energy of someone who wants to expand their horizons. So this individual is standing at the top of his turret, and he's looking over his domain, and he's successful. Look at the energy here. And so this is representing your energy. Whichever characters you are, you'll have to figure out for yourself. But basically, this is describing the internal forces of the Scorpio energy at this time. And so this is talking about being very successful, but understanding that he's got the globe in his hand here, and that represents the world. So he knows, like, I've got the world in my hands. I'm looking over what I've managed to manifest here, and he's proud of it. But he feels like he understands that he's a big fish in a little pond. and that, you know, it's, if he really wants to expand further, he's going to probably have to change location or change something he's doing, and to expand his business. And he, you know, that could, a lot of times this represents, you know, because the wands represent passion for what you're doing. And so he has one planted here. So this sometimes reminds me like of an entrepreneur that wants to maybe franchise, and he wants to build another location in another city, maybe somewhere where there's more people or there's more of the clientele that he's looking for, that he's selling to right now. And sometimes that could just, could also represent wanting to expand into international, you know, across the water kind of energy. Also, this, you know, it doesn't have to be about business. It could be about your, you know, anything really that you're passionate about. And so it could be even a relationship or whatever. Maybe he doesn't have a partner yet or a spouse and no children. And maybe he's thinking it's time to create a family. And so this card quite often does represent someone who wants to move. But it's not necessarily a physical move. It just might be a shake up of the energy, you know, taking something in a new direction. And then we have the Hierophant here as your self-image. So this is saying that you want some justice for something, and that, you know, you understand that you're blessed. You get that. But there's something that's not right here, and it's this energy here. So you're recognizing, like you look over here, and this is the overlying energy, this of the whole reading, and this is the internal forces. So this is saying that you've thought about it, and you know, but you've got to come up with a creative solution to figure out what's going on here, because something's going on, and you're not 100% sure what it is, but you're very passionate about finding out. That's the energy here. So you understand you're abundant, but you're also thinking there's something missing here. And so this is about your communication in early life. So it shows that you had a lot of love in your life, and you know, at least your father was someone that was a very someone that was emotionally available, basically. And this is talking about your emotional foundation. And so at this time, you understand that you have a lot, like that you have a lot to manifest, and you are highly placed. Like you understand how blessed you are, that you came into a family that has generational wealth, and so you have a lot of opportunities that other people don't. It's that kind of energy. And it may be that you've created those opportunities just because of your upbringing. Maybe you came from a family, maybe your parents were poor, but they worked so hard that, or smart, more than hard probably, that now they made enough money to make their offspring have a better life than they did, which is generally the goal of most parents. And then this is having creativity, romance, and children. And so this is the energy I'm kind of picking up, is possibly this could be about not having someone in your life yet to have raise a family with, and that kind of energy, having that lifestyle. That would be like what's missing kind of energy. And then here we have health, daily routine, and habits. So yes, it's talking about wanting to have a shape up. Maybe it's kind of like he's lonely standing at the top of his turret there without anyone to share it with, you know, that kind of energy. We have the external forces coming in. So the external forces aren't, you're not asking what if this happens, or what if they do this, or what if they do that. Internal forces, you're asking what the EF, what's going on here? There's something not quite right. And that's this energy, like everything seems good on the surface, but there's this underlying energy. And yeah, it's interesting, because this looks like someone that's successful, very successful, but at the same time, justice needs to be served here. So we have, she's wielding the sword of justice, and it's a double-edged sword. She's got it in her right hand, and her right foot is peeking out from under her robe here. And that's saying, hey, I'm ready to go. You let me know, Hierophant, and I'll go. Let me in there. I'll distribute the karma, and I'll make sure things get whipped into shape, into order. So a lot of people, when they think about karma, they think, oh, it's a punishment, but it actually isn't. It's cause and effect of your actions or your inactions. So you can have direct karma because you did something and you're directly responsible for it. But you can also have indirect karma from your ancestors and even your descendants, and you can have it from like people you associate with. So, even family members and friends and business associates, etc. You can receive their karma along with them if you're hanging out with people like that are receiving karma. You're gonna get hit with it also. It's okay, Stella. Whoops, there's some banging going on upstairs here. We don't quite know what that is. My cat just, she was purring for us, but now she's a little bit freaked out. It's okay, Stella. We have a lot of construction in the area, which is why my schedule with these readings is a little bit, I'm just doing them when it's quiet as much as I can, because there's some heavy construction outside, and then someone's doing some renovations upstairs. So it's busy here. All right, so we have, the justice coming in, and these are external forces. All right, now what's going on? We have the hangman coming in here. So the hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge because he wants balance. And he's hanging upside down because he wants to gain a perspective that's different from the one he has. And so he's looking at it from whatever the problem is, from all angles. And as he looks at this problem from all angles, the light around his head is getting brighter and brighter. And so this energy is talking about someone that is requiring balance and going inward. So when he figures it out, then he will take a step forward. So this is in your partnerships, commitment, and marriage. So there is something going on, I feel, about this energy. Now I still don't have a total grip on what that is as of yet. All right, we have a gift from the divine and from the universe coming in. They're collaborating to bring you an ace of wands. And so the aces are all about new energy coming in. And this is talking about a new passion for discovery. So this is talking about wanting something new in your life. And we already have established that, and especially after this. So, and we have in the commitment and partnerships here, this wanting balance in your partner now and in your life. Now this is talking about there's going to be a transition happening because there's a passion for new discovery. So there could be some communication coming in here. Maybe this Page of Swords communication is coming in, and maybe you have gotten advice on it or something. Okay, then we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is representing that you have mastered your skill set. And so a lot of people, that's the energy here. A lot of people are recognizing, wow, this person really, like, you really are doing a good job at whatever you're doing. And quite often this represents having like a unique special skill. Like this person is doing this beautiful sculpture work here. And, it could be, you could be in the entertainment industry, like you could be, whatever you're doing, you're very, very good at it. And at the top, like you're being, people are recognizing that. So that's really awesome. People are wanting to collaborate with you. Him standing on the bench here represents being in an elevated position. And so the thing about this is sometimes when we have a special skill that comes easy to us, we put our work, to perfect it, but it's just something that we love to do. So it doesn't feel like work. It can, we sometimes don't recognize how valuable it is, because it's easier for us. And so these people want to collaborate because they don't have this special skill. But these people may have, they may not be in alignment with your goals. And so you have to be really careful when you're in this position. Like this would be something like, for example, being in the entertainment industry and you're a very good actor or actress, and now the director and the movie producers, they're coming around and they're wanting you to play the leading role. And or it could be like you're a really, really good musician or a singer, and they want you, the producers and the all the the people that are involved in the music industry are noticing, and they're wanting to sign you up. There could be an energy here, you're a professional sport person, and you are being, they're coming to ask you, hey, we're scouting and we want you to come on our team. It could be, and research or something that you're brilliant and you won the Nobel Peace Prize, and now there's people wanting to collaborate with you. It's all, it's that type of energy, artists and, unique qualities. Now, the thing to watch with this is that you have to be careful here, because you have to make sure that any contracts or legalities that you sign, you're in, or people that you associate with, that they are in alignment with what you want. Because otherwise, you could end up signing a contract where you're forced to work hours that you don't want to work, and on projects that you don't want to do, that kind of energy. And so then the joy of what your special gift is totally dissipated, and it's dragged down. So this card for me quite often represents secret societies. And secret societies, the thing about secret societies is they have their secrets. And so when you sign up with them, they are more concerned with the group energy than they are with the individual energy. And the eclipse on March 3rd was, the full moon was in Virgo. And Virgo energy was wanting, get your ducks in a row, get everything lined up so that you are so that your domestic life supports your business life and vice versa. So this energy is really coming up here, from that last moon. And now the new moon coming in here, well, it's a full moon on the 1st of April. That full moon is in the sign of Libra. And it's saying, the Libra energy is when you're old enough to make commitments, mature, not old enough. It's not about age so much, a little bit, but it's about maturity. So the Virgo energy is mature enough to make strong commitments, and understand what that means, to say, okay, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to start a family, understanding what a huge commitment that is. And so this energy of the full moon, we have the Libra energy, and this moon is very much about your significant other that you have in your life and how much of a role they play. And so the Libra energy is very much, all about compromise. And across the wheel from you in the horoscope is Aries. And the sign that's opposite you in the horoscope has a profound effect on you. And Aries has had a ton of big planets moving into it. There's been about 4, there's Neptune, Saturn, Venus moved in there. I think Mercury's in there now with the North Node from the moon. There's a lot of energy right now centered in Aries energy. And that's opposite this moon in Libra. So there's a back and forth, the Aries energy is more about, what about me? And not so much about compromise, but more about self-assertion. So this energy is kind of fighting. It's similar to with the eclipse that was on the 17th of February. So this energy's been in the air for a while now, and there's been a lot of planets, big planets moving around, and a lot of them are ending up in Aries, which is the Aries is the newborn infant of the zodiac. It's the very first sign. And so, you think it's about doing new, and then we've got an ace here. So this is about new energy coming in and wanting to do new. And that's, a lot of these readings are coming up this way. And a lot of the readings, this is the 7th one that I've done now. And almost everyone has been about the significant other in your life. Sometimes people pay more attention to purchasing a car, doing research on a car, than they do about their significant other that they end up marrying. So, or getting so this is saying, if you are signing up for anything, make sure that the contract is sound. Make sure you understand what's required. Like it could be like, for instance, they might want you to work 60 hours a week and you have a new family and you don't want to work 60 hours a week. You want to be home with your family once in a while. So it's kind of, you have to make sure of that you're in alignment, because the secret society energy is about the group and they don't care about the individual. So just recognize that you know, what you're signing up for, make sure that it is what you want. And then we have the World card here, because that's talking about this energy. If you sign up here, your world's going to change for sure. And it's changing already anyway. But this energy here could be the energy that you're in, and maybe it has something to do with your significant other. So, this is where, the World card is card number 21 in the Arcana, in the major Arcana. And the Fool goes on their journey on the 0 point. And then when he gets to this card, it's saying, okay, that cycle's over and now you're going to begin a new one. And I feel that that's when this cycle ends. This is something, maybe you've already signed a contract and you realize this is not going to work for me, and you got to figure out now what to do about it. And so this is saying the energy, this is, the Hierophant is coming in to help you clean this up so that you can get back your sovereignty is what's coming up. And then we have, yes, it's been really challenging staying on your path. This is talking about, this is your career and reputation. And it's kind of like, yeah, if you buck this system and you don't do what they want, after they've signed up with you, this is what sometimes the secret society energy can be, the slow dagger, which you can look up, but it's when a bunch of people collaborate to get you in this position. So because you're not doing what they want. And so this is talking about you staying on your path, but you're like the wounded warrior. You've landed a lot of these wands, and you've managed to get shit done, but it hasn't been much fun. And this needs to change. Like, no one wants to live like that. So it's like just saying it's not in the way, the amount of work, or it could be, you know, the hours that you're working, like all sorts, it could be whatever. And so you need to address it, is what this is saying. And maybe this is talking about, like, here, because I keep getting this feeling like this is about like someone that hasn't put a lot of energy and effort into being part of a couple and starting a family, and that's what you want now. I keep getting that feeling for some. Then here comes a cup of love, like wanting to propose to someone and have a family and live a more normal life. Like maybe you're, you know, you've been, like you're a diplomat or something like that, and you're away like traveling all the time kind of energy. And now you're saying, hey, I want to be home. I want to have a home. I don't want to be traveling like 300 of the 365 days of the year kind of energy. So I feel like that's kind of what it's about, is like, it's not so much that you don't enjoy what you're doing, but it's kind of like, you know, you're wanting a change now, and you're wanting to have a family and all of that. And you're kind of like, well, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? So I feel like it's that kind of energy. So we'll see some more for those of you who want further clarity on this. If you've enjoyed this reading up to this point, please do give it a like and comment. It really does help me to build my channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to clarify for those of you who want further clarification here. Let's just see here. This is, I'm using Tales from the Vector, which is an oracle I started in 2007, and I completed 64 paintings by 2020, and there's some very big dragon paintings, and they're very detailed. There's a lot of information with each one. I have a lot of information written down. I completed the final painting in 2020. Now I have time to work on this some more. And that's what I'm doing right now with this YouTube channel, is I'm playing with the cards so I can see what are they like in in action, as opposed to the information I wrote down. So the numbers on these cards represent the paintings on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And so you can, I will put them in the order they appear here. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out. And It'll be in the description box below. So we have judgment coming in on this. So this is God's judgment coming from the spiritual realm, and now the Hierophant's on it, and soon justice is going to come in. This is this, whatever this energy is, it's standing in the way of God's plan. So they're not messing with you now, they're messing with God. And so God's like, no, like my child here is tired, and they can't complete what they came here to do for me. So you need to listen to me now. There's going to be justice coming in. And so there's an energetic upgrade coming in for you with this information that's coming in. So this I feel like it comes here where that this energy ends, and then love comes into your life, where you're like, okay, maybe someone proposes to you, or you propose to someone, and it takes you in a different direction. Maybe you're getting ready to retire. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. Like someone who wants a change, you know. And I'm getting almost an energy of someone who traveled a lot, and now you want to be home and start a family or whatever. Or someone maybe, you know, that kind of energy. Maybe you want to change occupations. You're tired of doing what you're doing. Maybe it's something like what you do is really stressful, and you want to do, like, you don't need the money from it anymore, like, and so you want to do something that's a little bit less stressful. So there's a tower coming in, and when the tower hits, it's like in the tarot, the tower hits, the lightning hits the turret here, so you're not standing on it anymore. There's no turret, like it's the top falls off, and the whole palace is on fire, and it's something that you have to rebuild, but it's good because you're going to rebuild it the way you want. So this is a major reality check. It's saying, like, when you're down here like this and you're thinking, I'm putting all this energy and effort into making all these people happy, and this is where I'm at, and then you find out what they've been doing behind your back, and it's like, done. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. And so that's the energy you're in. And then we have Trauma Queen. So life's a slice, but hold the drama. Yeah, like I feel like you're just tired of the drama. Maybe in the beginning you kind of like it. I'm getting that what you're doing is, maybe you're like, I don't know, I'm almost getting like, you know, like military or something like that. Maybe, you know, a private detective, I don't know, something. I'm just getting an energy that you have a skill set that other people don't have. And it's a dramatic, like it's intense, whatever you're doing. Like we think about, you know, even someone like, we just had that big accident in New York with at the airport at LaGuardia. And, you know, you think about air traffic controllers, like that's a stressful job, you know. And maybe after a certain amount of time, you just don't want to do it anymore. It's just... it's like, okay, I was really good at it, but now I don't. I've reached my peak, and I don't feel good about doing it anymore. I don't want that kind of intensity every day in my work life. I feel that's the kind of energy. So deception, in the like, so this is sitting right on the king here. So there's some sort of, it's deception in the love life. So you may have experienced that. Maybe you're in the King of Cups energy and you've experienced that in the past, and that's kept you away from that kind of like going out, you know, having another partner in your life. Like it was a real bad situation or whatever. And now you've decided, you know, this passion for new discovery, this gift from the God in the universe has come in, and you're like, no, I'm ready again, because we have again the Hangman. And if you had someone like the Empress in your life, that you didn't have to wonder, what are they doing while I'm away all the time? And you know, that there's that balance there, and that we have the Hangman here twice. And the Hangman in my oracle is a beautiful dragon fly, and she's got her tail in the air, and she's doing a handstand and sitting on a echinacea flower. And echinacea is a beautiful herb. It's a beautiful pink flower with a cone, you know. It's really pretty, and it's very, very a healing plant. And then we have the star energy coming in. So this is saying, yeah, you definitely have a superstar energy, and it's been lucrative, what you're doing. But it's like that kind of energy, like someone who's an air traffic controller. That's a high intensity job. Like there's a lot on the line there. You know, it even could represent someone like that's a police officer or something, and you're in, you know, a real, you know, more dangerous, like every day there's danger in your life because it's a special, or in the military or something. That's the energy I'm getting. Like, you know, you're in a high intensity position. There's a lot of people counting on you. It's intense. And so this energy, also here we have the Cancer energy coming in. So this is talking about the moon and feeling engaged in the energy rather than entrenched by it. So it's like when you discipline your mind, then you have the freedom to have the ability to move forward in the way that you want. We have justice coming in, and there's some anger here. So the anger, sometimes there's righteous anger, and maybe you're angry about something. Maybe the contract didn't go the way you thought it was going to. Maybe you only thought you were going to be required for a short period of time, and now it's been like they keep promising, okay, you know, we'll find someone else to take your position. And maybe you're in some sort of position where you can't just walk away from it because you have too much responsibility. That's the kind of energy. I don't know what you do, but whatever it is, it can be intense. And then we have transition here on your partner, like on your commitments, your partnerships, and your marriage. So it has something to do with your lover as well. And you know, whatever has happened there, you would know if it's this your energy. So that, it's sitting, temptation is sitting on the transition here. So it could be while you were busy working like this, your partner was with someone else. It could be that kind of energy because we have temptation here. So when the Devil card comes in, I always just cover it with the next card, because this energy, you're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil's very manipulative and sends a minion in to do his dirty work for him. And or God will cover it, or we'll figure out a little bit what it's about. But the temptation clearly comes. This is an external force, and it's like we have a transition in your partnership here. And we have deception sitting on the King of Cups and a Tower to begin with, and the sabotage behind your back. So I think, you know, the writing's on the wall here, but we're going to see what's the next card coming up here. And we have Superstar. So it's about harmony. So this is talking about the truth coming out. And this is talking about being able to talk about it now. Maybe you were under some sort of contract where you weren't allowed to talk about whatever is going on, and now you can. It's something like that. I don't know. I don't know what you do, but whatever it is, it's interesting. And so this is about your guiding star, wanting to be on your destined path. That is more, less about your work career dominating it is what I'm getting, and more about who you are as a person, wanting to be that person. We have the Empress energy. So maybe this energy is saying that you have met an Empress, and that's you're ready for that. Now you're like, okay, now that I have someone in my life that I feel like is the Empress in my life, now I want to be in this energy, and I'm willing to stop doing whatever I'm doing. I feel like you enjoyed it, and maybe still have aspects of it that you do enjoy, but it's just now, you know, it's you want to settle down now. And I'm getting that you probably have, you know, are like, it's not like you're a babe in the woods kind of energy. This is like, you're not someone like that's like 20 years old. Let me put it to you that way. You're someone that's lived a lot. A lot of people, though, can live a lot by the time they're in their 30s or so. You know, you could, to become an Empress, I mean, you have to have a lot of experience. And for you to want an Empress in your life, that would imply that you're in the Emperor energy, and Emperors are all about high performance. And maybe that, you know, like you're on the cutting edge all the time, and now it's just like, I want to be on the cutting edge of having a family, which is cool. That's really kind of awesome energy. So otherworldly and worldly desires. This energy is talking about anticlimax, when you can't go out, like you have your worldly desires, but you're inner spirit, your soul's yelling at you, hey, what about, love? What about having a family? What about that? That's the kind of energy I feel like you're getting into. It's like the energy that you were in that used to excite you so much is now anticlimactic for you. And then we have disruption. So yeah, what's fun for some is not fun for everyone. So if while you're gone away and working, and that this is something's happening behind your back, and it's to this extent, it's time to make a change for sure. Absolutely, I totally think so, Scorpio. I feel like this has given it a little bit more clarity. I feel like it's a lifestyle change that you want for sure. So this could be on all different levels and degrees, depending on who you are. If you've enjoyed this reading, please do give it a like and comment. It does help me build my channel. And consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. And I will be back with another reading, an astrological reading for you. It'll be in the next while, not that long from now, because it's for the beginning of April. And what I forgot to mention is it's April Fool's Day on the full moon on April 1st. So keep that in mind. It's that jokester energy until noon, I think it is, with April Fool's Day. People play tricks on each other. And then at noon it ends. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but I realized I forgot to remind you of that. April 1st is April Fool's Day. All right, bye for now.